So, hello. Uh, Surprisingly, only 3 BBs per side. Yeah, 5 cruisers for these. Full tier 10, which is kinda nice. Um, Anything out of the ordinary. You have more raiders than those guys, so this should be an advantage. Aside from that, I have to see what happens. I'm just gonna fast forward for a moment here to see what you guys are gonna do. Okay, you are sticking with your muscle body, which is alright. Somebody smoking up. Ay. Okay, a bit too aggressive here. Or better said, you took too long to get to the cap. Might take some damage here, but I don't think it's gonna be like super bad. It's like 1 clip right now, so yeah, you're down 1k HP, 2k HP, 3k. Okay, but it's still okay. I mean, it's not horrible big damage, but you took too long to get towards a line of sight on B, or better said, you took a very steep angle, right? You went like here and directly to there, and the moment you popped out, the petrol were already below 12 kilometers. So not super optimal. I mean, you spawned like here, I think, right? So this also explains it. So what are you guys gonna do here? I think B is pretty much lost, because I can't see you contest it yet. Nope, no way. I also need to kind of get used to this cap lineup again. I'm so used to this double cap here instead of ABC, but not a big issue. Okay, some light damage on Summers. Mostly from your Maso because you don't really hit him. The question is, what are you gonna do now? Right now you're pushing out here on B. Kinda dangerous actually. If the DD is in spotting range, you might have a bad time. Okay, he isn't. And the Summers just got a double strike on your cruisers. Oof. That's heavy, because the left side basically crumbled now. Mino and Smallland. You won't be able to hit this guy, he's at the island. And it's also a Minotaur, so good luck. Would have been more effective to drop towards Pedro here. But I don't really think that this guy is going out, right? He's kinda sticking here at the moment. And he has this small island gap here. So if you throw torps this way, you can't reach him. You only can reach him if he goes out like here. And right now he doesn't really have any reason for it. He also doesn't have any attention, as you can see. Intention, not attention. That's pretty oof. One issue I can see here developing is like your left side is basically dead now. There's one Stalingrad, okay, he has radar on theory, but he doesn't have Hydro. Reibo obviously also doesn't have Hydro. And there are 2 DDs, and one of them is a Summers, like a top spammer. Could be turning bad really quickly. Yeah, okay, Petro obviously using radar the second you enter the cap. Just gonna say, very bold move. Even though he will only get off 1 salvo, most likely, that kind of hurts. It was like 4k, I think. Salem got farmed down on the eastern flank. Mino is kinda low, but apparently nobody can shoot him. And the thing you fucked up here is you fired your guns at the Petro Pablos, which resulted in a 20-second gun bloom because he can spot you from behind this little, I don't even know what you call this little piece of land maybe. Not super smart, to be honest. I mean, I can already tell you what you could have done differently, but I want to wait to see what happens from here onwards. Once again, there's no point pointing your torps at the Petro. He's well aware that you are both there, and he doesn't need to push out because those guys have a cap advantage. Your Stalingrad dies too, so at this point it's GG because you're getting sandwiched. Your gearing goes out as well.
Smoke generator started.
You instantly smoked up. And you are both kind of spread now. Your muscles down there, you are here. I'm gonna fast forward now. I don't think that anything spectacular will happen from here onwards, right? Yeah, I thought so. So, what happened here? What could have gone differently? The Summers got a very good double strike on your cruisers. One at least was a devastating. So at this point, I have to say well played by him, because if I saw it correctly, both cruisers should have been able to Hydro. So either they fucked up or he just outplayed them. But let's focus on your gameplay. So you went to B together with your muscle, right? It's not a bad move in particular, but you went in a way where you basically denied yourself vision. Cause when you went around that island, or went towards the B cap around that island, the Petro was on 11.9, I think, and yeah, instantly radared, so good reaction. If you had went a bit wider, I mean, it's not a super big difference, but I think the Petro had like 12 point, oh my god, I don't even know, 12.3 kilometers concealment right now. So you could have reacted at least. So the moment he would have popped his radar, you would have already been as in towards him. So you could have avoided the first 3k. Like I said, it's not super bad, but just as a remark. So what else? There was also a DD in B, obviously, because you could see the smoke from behind the island already. The thing is, you guys sticked to B for a very long time. However, the enemy, Pedro, was nobody's fool and played very safe. He went to a standard clan battle position and just waited patiently. And you couldn't torp him there. And you wasted a lot of time there. And what you two could have done instead, and honestly I expected you two to do that because you play a Gearing plus a Marceau, is to go back to A, because there were 2 DD spotted, and just hunt them down. You spot with your Gearing, you have very good concealment, and Marceau stays a bit behind you, and you just focus those DDs down. Like, I mean, you even saw that you got like, I don't know, 9k or 10k even on the DD in the 3 or 4 cybers before you smoked up at A. And if both of you would focus a DD on this kind of range, you just dies. And especially a Summers. Summers can't do shit about you. It has very good torpedoes, but the gun performance is yeah. So if you had rotated back to A, you could have gotten rid of those DDs, and if those DDs would have been dead, at least your left flank would have been saved. And for the B cap itself, nothing much would have changed, because Petro still stood there, he just rated, so he couldn't shoot you on the A side from this position. He also couldn't support the C side from that position, he just focused on B basically. I can't really say if this would have won you the game, obviously. I mean, not Methuselah, so I can't just guess this kind of stuff. But at least you would have gotten map control over A again. And from there onwards, who knows what happens, right? You would have saved a cruiser and you would have saved the Republic on the left side and a gearing. So you are 3 additional ships that could support you towards B and C again. Yeah. Aside from that, yeah. I mean, you saw it yourself. You didn't really got anything out of it. You got like 10 or 12k damage, which is nothing. And you couldn't top because you tried to top the Petro who's sitting behind the island. You should have gotten rid of those DDs, and maybe you would have gotten a good opportunity to stop the approach that was coming from C, obviously, because the C side pushed down. And one scenario that is in my mind right now is like you push out the DDs or you kill the Ds in A optimally, you cap A, and you do rotate back south and towards east, because those guys from C were pushing down from north to south, right? You saw it on the minimap as well. And what are they gonna do from there? They're gonna push west, obviously. And when they got this push running towards west, this is where you could shine with your gearing torpedoes. You got 16.5 kilometers range, you got good speed, you got very high hitting torpedoes. Just a guess from here, obviously, what could have happened, but like I said, it's just a theory that you may have gotten a way better game out of it. You could maybe have stopped the approach or maybe even have won this game. Yeah, I think this should be it.